What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. That's still the name. We might change it, we might not, but right now I like Chrissy Chaos, and I have a guest on, who's a very big man. He's a tall man, a big man. He's a good man. I think. I've never met him, but he has positive energy, and I respond to that. I respond to energy and molecules, and he has soft hands, and he's handsome, and he's one of those guys where you see him, and he's big, broad, and he's that kind of guy, as we said last week, where if you walk in, and he is having sex with your wife or your girlfriend, you just ask him what else he needs and make him comfortable, and then you leave. That's how it is. Hasan Piker.
Wow, what an introduction! Thank you so much. I told my brother I was coming on to this pod, and he freaked out. Him and his girlfriend.
Now, when you say your brother, I know you are Muslim. Do you mean your actual brother or someone who's a follower of Islam?
No, just my actual brother.
Is he also a follower of Allah and Islam?
Neither of us are very good followers of Allah or Islam. We are Muslim, but
are you guys circumcised?
Yeah.
So is that a big thing?
Unfortunately.
Oh, right. You can't because it's genital mutilation now. You can't do it. That's what they say.
I mean, I don't know if it's because it's like woke culture or whatever. I just think that they took that from me. I'm a big int-activist.
You're an activist, right?
I'm an int-activist.
What does that mean?
You know what that is?
No.
Int-activists are activists for against circumcision.
And it's called an int-activist?
Yeah.
I like that,
Let me put you on some shit.
Here's the thing.
Let me put you on some shit.
This is one of these episodes where we're going to learn from you. By the way, we're coming to you live from the Slam Studios. I appreciate it. Slam Magazine. I have to say Slam Magazine every time we do this because they do give me the studio for free. John Grady here, John the father, who had a pregnancy scare a month ago, so we do call him John the father. And then Vito Calise, who just went to get you coffee. We call him Vito Baby Mouth because he has teeth that haven't grown in yet from when he was a baby.
Oh, wow.
So it's borderline, it makes us uncomfortable. And then we have Mike Cannon, who's normal co-host, but he's in Disney World with his family, and he's on 400 milligrams of edibles, and we're going to call him later in the show. Because Mike Cannon is our kind of, here's the thing with me. Is just so you know, I want to sit Indian style. I know you'll call it Native American style. I want to sit Native American style. So I am not, and I want to talk to you about this because I sit here and I don't know, like if I'm good or bad or what, but I basically, not into politics that much. I don't know much about it. And because I feel, and I want you to tell me if this is kind of whack of me, or if I'm being a Robert, and if you know, being a Robert is a little inside term that we have where it's
lame.
Like, lame. Yeah, I'm being a Robert. Am I being a Robert I think of it as, I don't want to take in the problems of the world, right? I want to take care of my little area and my little village. I have 3 kids, so I'm like, I'm not going to sit there online and worry about what's happening and taking all this negative energy. I'm just going to try to mold my mind to be positive and my little baby's minds to be positive if I can. My little circumcised children's.
They got circed up?
They're girls, Muslim. No. So they're not. They would be though if they were boys. If they were boys, yes, they would have been.
Are you circed up? Thank you so much.
I'm circed up, dude. The doctor actually cut my dick full off.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, brother.
I got mine skinned, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my dick. They circumcised me like
They took too much off the top.
Yeah, like a gyro, like gyro meat, how it just goes.
I'm fucking Turkish, bro. You think I don't know what gyro meat? Can I curse on this podcast?
Dude, are you kidding me? You could say whatever you want. The only thing you can't say is that you're a Democrat.
It's fine. Kidding. I'm not.
No, but so I wanted to ask you about that. Like what? Because we're the opposites that way. I think we're both positive human beings, but you do take it in, and you have a good reason why, and I feel like I have a good reason why I don't. But so what do you say? And you also have long legs, which I like in a man.
Thank you. You are so kind with the words. I mean, the way I see it is that I thought we were going to be having fun. I didn't realize we were going to be talking about some politics shit. But hey, we could do that.
But we do it. We do that. I always just do it. I'll do it, and then I'm going to yell out something.
No, don't worry. I mean, I'm perfectly capable of doing that. I yap for like 8 hours a day doing this.
How do you do it 8 hours a day?
I don't know. I just really like doing it. I really enjoy it.
There it is. See that's what it is. You really enjoy it. That's what it is, folks. You just Vito. By the way, Vito's a big Mets fan. He doesn't have Down syndrome.
I mean, he said he's a big Mets fan. So
Yeah. Wait, where are you from?
I'm from Turkey originally.
But why do you sound like a girl from California?
I don't know, actually. That's really interesting you say that, because that's what Laura Ingraham said once too. She
Really?
was like, she has such a Valley girl accent. That's what she said about me.
You do. But
Do
maybe
I?
I've never been to Istanbul, but maybe they.
No, and nobody in Istanbul and Ankara has a Valley girl accent.
Do you think Istanbul would be a good choice for me and my family?
For what? Like just
To go there?
yeah, it's really nice.
Is my girlfriend going to have to cover her head?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all.
See, there's so many misconceptions.
Yeah, that's like most Muslim countries. They don't give a shit. Like I guess like Saudi Arabia, but then like you're not going to Saudi Arabia.
Dubai doesn't care at all, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like most Muslim countries don't care. I'm sure Saudi will stop caring about it too, because they're trying to do this like PR offensive, where they're like buying out the golf tournaments and doing like esports shit. Soon, yeah, we're gonna the homosexual Marxism is gonna take over Saudi Arabia soon.
Dude.
The way they're trying to get the Western money back.
Let's make that merch. I want to make that a shirt. Homosexual Marxism.
That's literally what I advocate for. That's all I do.
No, wait. What is homosexual? I know what Marxism is. What is Marxism again? What is the definition? What is that?
Marxism is.
It's like communism, right?
Yeah. So Marxism is a political ideology that analyzes the world through the lens of dialectics. I won't get into it. It's super boring. But basically, it's just you make stuff, you make commodities, right? You make things. You wear things that you right now. You got your jewelry, you got your watch, and the Marxist understanding of the world is that society is designed around making shit and buying that shit. And the way that history has evolved has always been around the making of things. And that from a Marxist perspective, there are those who actually make things, the workers, and there are those who actually make the money, and employ the workers to make the things.
And that's like a nasty thing.
It's not necessarily a nasty thing. It's just the analysis of how things are.
I always thought
a lot of people do infer that it's nasty, though, the way that it's designed, for sure.
I always thought that Mark Wahlberg should have had some type of workout thing, video class, and called it Marky Marxism. I always thought that.
I think that would be phenomenal.
Right?
I love Mark.
Would you get
Wahlberg.
behind that?
Absolutely.
Marky Marxism.
Marky Marxism. Mark Wahlberg could have defeated the fighters. Could have defeated the 9/11 attackers.
Right.
If he was on that fucking plane.
Right.
And that would be a totally different trajectory.
Now, this is a big thing now. Fashion forward guys. You're a very fashion forward guy.
Thank
you.
you.
A lot of guys are wearing school shoes. I used to wear these shoes in high school, and then we call them school shoes. School shoes are back in.
Yeah, these are Doc Martens. I totally get what you're saying.
Right?
I used to hate loafers when I was growing up because I had to wear them. In Turkey, we have private school, public school. You always have to wear a uniform, and I fucking hated loafers.
Even public school?
Yeah.
I thought Turkey, everyone was just barefoot.
No.
They all got
that's
shoes
a
on.
Very common misconception.
Dude, Turkey sounds so lit.
Absolutely no one has thought that before in the history of all time. Maybe like people will be like, oh, you're Turkish. What do you like ride a camel to work or some shit? But
I thought everybody was barefoot because you guys connect to the nature more.
No.
Are you going to go back to Turkey or are you going to stay in the United States?
I have been here since 2009. I probably will stay here.
What state do you live in now?
I live in California. I'm an LA boy.
California to me. Not that. Here's the thing with me is I love all our states. I'm pro America. I love America. But California, I didn't like
all the states.
Let me think if there's a state I dislike.
Bro.
Well, right now the state of Indiana. I don't like. I'm a big Knicks fan. They're playing the Pacers. Seems like the Pacers might win. And also Indianapolis. I didn't have a good time there. It's one of the only state capitals I didn't enjoy.
Okay. What about Wyoming?
Shout out Wyoming. State capital Cheyenne. nature, big open, got a lot of wolves.
More fucking cows than people in the state.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, 2.5 million cows. I think 500,000 people. You can fact check me. Fact check me on this podcast,
John.
Dude.
We'll fact
Do
check
some
you, dude.
fucking, you know,
We're fact checking everybody, dude.
yeah, make sure I'm not spreading fake information here. Yeah, 581,000 people, 2.5 million cows, I think.
And you're saying that because of that, that's a state you don't want to be in.
I just like shitting on a lot of the states. It's all in good fun, though.
Right.
You know?
But what happens? But do you consider yourself a Turkish or American?
I consider myself both. I mean, I'm both Turkish and American, dual citizenship. I'm an anchor baby.
I call it bi citizenship.
Yeah, I'm bi citizen. My parents gave birth to me on my parents gave birth to me on U.S. soil, so I'd have citizenship.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now you work out a lot. Do you feel like you work out a lot because you're protecting yourself from something?
No, man. I just want to be healthy.
You do. You look good, dude. You are a healthy
Thank
man.
You. I want to look good and I want to be healthy. I'm 32. My whole family's obese.
Right.
I'm the only one who is able to like actually lose the weight without like medical intervention.
But you're going to get fat if you stop working out. You got the fat gene, dude.
Yeah. I was fat my whole life. I was obese my whole life.
And now you're like in shape.
Yeah, I try to be.
Did you work out this morning?
No, I'm planning on potentially after this podcast going to work out, get a lift in.
But you may not work out. If you don't work out, you don't beat yourself up.
No. I mean, I on travel, like when I travel is different. If I was home and I didn't work out one day, I'd get depressed though, for sure.
Right. I know you're a healthy schmelty eater as well.
Yeah. I track my macros, I track my calories, all that stuff. I'm on my MyFitnessPal.
You're on MyFitnessPal. Shout out MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
We do the intermittent fasting here. Do you do that?
I used to do that. I did that for years actually, and I lost a lot of weight doing that because it was like really good for me to control my calories.
Because we feel like we're getting fat again on it now. We feel like our bodies know what we're doing now. They've caught up to us, and now we have to change it up again.
Yeah.
Is that what happened with you?
No, I stopped intermittent fasting because of COVID. Like I just got real fat during COVID.
Did you?
I just sat on my
Do we have any fat pictures of you? You ever post a nice fatty one? I want to see a nice fatty Hasan.
I mean, usually look up Hasan Piker fat. Like maybe
look up Hasan Piker fatty.
But you're gonna find like really old. Yeah, those are like really old photos.
Yeah, but even when you're fat, you still look like a man, baby.
No,
whoa, look at the difference here.
Yeah, that was like when I was real fat when I was younger, and then I lost all the weight.
You look good though, man.
Oh, thank you.
Do you now? So when you say what does tracking the macros mean again?
Macronutrients.
But what is it like? It's like
your protein, your fat, and your
so
carbs,
like, what are you going to eat today? Tell me what you're going to eat today.
I'll probably I do eat in a window, like in a short window of time. So I'll just keep guzzling coffee and fucking down in Zins until like around 3-4 p.m. where I'll order probably like Mediterranean chicken. You know, from one of the many different restaurants out here. So it doesn't have
to be halal.
No, I'm not I'm culturally Muslim. I grew up
but it could be halal.
In Turkey, but like I mean it doesn't really matter to me whether it's halal or not. Like I eat bacon and shit too. Like I don't give a shit. I'm not like a very religious person at all.
Halal. I always think the word halal is fun because I very rarely say halal. I go halal.
Okay.
Do you look at how I'm sitting.
I'm sorry. I'm trying
look at how funny. Look at how stupid this is. Somebody said, "Is Chrissy on an Addy? Like when is he? Is Chrissy on an Eddie?
An
edible?
an edible.
Edible. No, I'm not actually. So you only eat once a day then?
No, I usually eat 2 meals a day.
But always high protein.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're not gonna have a big fat piece of chocolate cake.
I mean, sometimes like I'm in the mood for it every now and then. But like usually the way I see it is I try to hit 230 grams of protein every day, 220 grams of protein every day. And then after that, it's like as long as I stay under a certain amount of calories,
you're good.
Yeah.
Does that include protein shakes too? Do you do protein shakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many protein shakes a day?
Usually 1 a day. I have you ever fuck with that like Elite Core? I mean, these are not brand plugs at all. You know,
No,
they're
dude,
not.
I love Elite Core. Yeah, I've been. I like this guy, Ethylene X. You know Ethylene
Oh
X?
yeah,
Yeah,
this dude's shredded.
Shredded.
He's
It's
insane though. Like I'll try to do his like 7-minute ab videos, and he's like, "This one's really difficult." And I'm like, "Bitch, if you can't do it, how am I supposed to keep up with you? Look at you. Your abs got fucking abs."
No, dude, he's ripped. And then you know what he does a lot? Jeff, is it Cesare? Ethylene X. He does a lot of at the end of a workout. I'm sorry, it's called ERs. Is it exaggerated reps, efficient reps, something? Where his whole philosophy is
When you burn out, after you burn out, you got to get like a couple reps in.
that. But what he does is he says you basically jumpstart your muscles, like you do like 12 to 15 at a weight that you could do it with, and then you every 20 seconds you do as many more as you can till failure, and you do that like 5 times, and like that shreds your muscle. But I've been doing that, and I feel like my nipples are getting puffier.
Bro, I mean, I feel like we are, no disrespect, but like I feel like we're not in that level where we need to like tweak marginally to get like, because those guys have maxed out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you look like that, you're just trying to find the cutting edge of what to do because you already did it. You already did everything. You look the way that you do, right?
So we don't have to be like that.
I don't think for the average person, like just go to the fucking gym, you know, do good form, eat well. If you want to gain weight, eat more than you burn. If you want to lose weight, eat less than you burn.
You don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. That's what I'm getting from you.
For me, it's like it's all about basically finding what works and then creating a regimen, like creating a structure around it.
What works.
And it's just something, it's just something that you can easily continue doing over and over and over again. That's how I found success.
Yes, dude. Where's Vito going? Oh, Vito's closing the curtain.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Why are you closing the curtain? You don't want these people to see Hasan?
Yeah.
I always feel weird when we're with other people.
Somebody said, Mary Cooley said, Chris, use your physical therapy degree to fix Hank's back. What?
Do you have a physical therapy degree?
I have a doctorate degree in physical therapy.
That nod you just gave.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I've been doing comedy now 14 years. But my mother was kind of on Mother's Day yesterday, kind of being like, why don't you? She was like, I know you have your whole other career now. She's like, but I don't understand why you don't just do it like once a week. Why you don't like practice physical therapy, even on your comedian friend. She's like, what? You went to all this schooling and now you just don't do it anymore. She's like, don't you think that's ridiculous?
She's right.
Well, maybe she's calling. Oh, who the hell is this? Who's Press Gainey? No. She is right. So if you had a physical therapy degree, you'd still be doing it as you would be doing it for Palestine.
I still be, breaking your back out for Palestine.
What would you? No, you'd be going down there and stretching out the protesters.
I'd be going down there stretching out Hamas. I'd be in the tunnels. Like, damn, bro, don't throw your back out. You know what I mean? Like, listen. The way you use the RPG, like, it's putting a lot of pressure on your shoulder.
Talk to them,
and that's why. Listen, Ahmed, this is the reason why you are feeling a lot of pressure.
That's what I see.
I would tell them to do wall angels.
Yes.
Everyone, Hamas, IDF, doesn't matter. Everybody's got to do wall angels, honestly, because like we all got that gamer neck.
Yes.
Because we're always on the phone. We're always on the fucking computer. And then we just develop that gamer neck. We get the hypertrophy.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you have these underdeveloped scapular muscles that you need to work on. You should be. This is, dude.
Wall angel stuff.
This is, dude. You would. I mean, you're obviously a very successful podcast, but dude, Andrew Huberman style. Just start talking about this shit in there. Just drop it in there. Be like, yeah, that's right. This is what you need to do.
I know. That's what my mom was yelling at me about yesterday too. While we were eating brunch, she was like, you also have like this knowledge, and I never hear you talking about it. You're always talking about being gay and all this stupid stuff.
That's important too, though.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do that.
She was like, you're always just like making fun of your dad and spreading your legs and showing your asshole. And she was like, why not speak about your physical therapy knowledge? Why not? And so, dude, I got to be honest with you, man. I've been speaking to you for 20 minutes, and I feel just good with you.
Okay, hell yeah.
Dude, maybe Allah is the answer.
I mean, if you think so,
Could
go
you?
ahead.
Do
you want to? Yeah, you want to say the Shahada? I can get you to say it, and then
Shahada-
like,
what's the Shahada?
So the Shahada is what you say to revert back to Islam.
Let's do it.
Okay, I don't want to mess it up, so
Let's do it.
I'm gonna. Okay, so
This is
you're
the Shahada for your mama.
Every single person, repeat after me. Okay,
Let's do it.
Listening
Vito, John, let's get in.
at home. Okay,
This is
hold on.
our little segment on the pod we call the Case for Chrissy, where we're finding new religious journeys through different guests.
So it is the Islamic oath and creed. It's one of the 5 pillars, and I'll tell you. Do
we have to wash our feet?
No,
I thought because Muslim people have very clean feet.
yeah, you
always gotta
have
make
to,
sure-
you have to do that. You have to do that after before you pray. You pray 5 times a day, and then you have to wash yourself. You have to wash like behind your ears.
Okay,
bro. I don't know. There's so many rules.
Let's do the Shahada.
Okay, so here's how it goes. Okay, you're gonna say Ashhadu an la
Ishhadu in la
ilaha illallah.
ilah illallah.
No, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. So, Ashhadu an la
Ishhadu in la
ilaha illallah
ilahi illallah.
wa ashhadu
Ashhadu
anna Muhammadan
anna Muhammadan
Rasulullah.
Rasulullah.
Okay, close enough.
There you go, dude.
Ashhadu an la
I'm
ilaha
back.
illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah.
There
So
it
when
is.
you say that, that's it. You're going to Jannah. You're seeing it.
I'm back.
You're in. You're going to Jannah, bro.
So
It's
Allah
over.
doesn't know what the hell to do because the Christians think I'm on their side.
Yeah.
I'm really.
It's good to max out. You got to do all of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, I
I-
guess Judaism doesn't have a heaven and hell, so that's fine. And
Right,
it's also
which-
too difficult to convert to Judaism.
It's big. It's hard to.
Yeah.
Which I think though, but Judaism. That's why sometimes, I feel like I like Judaism because I like the concept of what you do here on earth doesn't really place you in the afterlife. Where Muslims and Christians, we gotta, we're
Yeah.
always worried, like, am I not gonna get in? Where Jews are like, it doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
can be a piece of shit or a good person. You're going, there's no afterlife. So
Yeah.
forget about it.
I respect it.
I
yeah.
kind of respect that.
Yeah. I like that they just don't want you. Like you gotta get rejected like 3 times at least
Yes.
before you get in. You can't just be like, I'm Jewish now.
You're a
Doesn't work
very
that way.
complex person because you have a Jewish face. You
Do I?
Yeah, you have a Jewish face.
Okay. What does that elaborate?
You have a Jew because of the glasses, I think. And
Yeah, lean into that.
and
Go
you're
ahead.
You're a handsome Jewish man.
Uh-huh.
But then you're Turkish.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also are wearing Catholic school shoes, and you're on the borderline of being gay, which is what us Catholics
Yeah.
are. We're right on the line.
Yeah.
We're as close to
I work out. I always say, like, if you work out, you're gay. Like, the
Yes.
more you work out, the gayer you are.
Thank you, because we've spoken about this. Thank you, because we are working out for each other. You
Yeah.
want to look good for me, and
Yeah.
I want to look good for you. Our women don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care if you look like, they don't care. They want to be with you.
100%. I told this to Bradley Martyn, and he was like shocked about it. I'm like, bro, you are the gayest. You own a gym. You are literally facilitating homosexuality.
Yes.
Like, people are always like on Fox News, like, oh my God, Arthur or some fucking TV show like made the children gay. It's like, no, it's Bradley Martyn. It's fucking zoo culture.
Yeah.
Your kids are going there. They got the broccoli haircut.
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, they're miring other dudes. What are they miring? Other dudes' pecs, other dudes' butts, other dudes' calves.
Yes.
That's gay as fuck.
Yes, it is a very, very, very good point. Gyms are gay. Gyms
Yeah.
are Roberts.
I stare
Yeah.
at dudes at the gym more than women because I look at a dude at the gym and I'm like, man, how did he get those traps? Or like, how did he get
Yeah.
those-
Yes, when I was a kid, all my posters that I had were all of like muscle guys. It was all physique because I would look at them and be like, oh, I want to look like that. But and whatever. That's
How'd you get
what.
all the jizz off of them.
Well, that's the thing. Yes, they were. Yeah, that's the other part. But I feel like, dude, my dad is married. Have you ever pull up a picture of my dad, Tony? If this guy is married, like, you don't have to work out or do anything.
Your mom was right. You about to shit on your dad again.
Yeah, I know. I got to stop doing it.
Let's see.
Look at him.
What do you mean? He's a normal guy.
Here he is.
He just looks like an older you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why
and he's
he-
married. So I'm just saying, like, look at the. I mean, dude, you ever look at old pictures of yourself and be like, what a fucking mess I was?
All the time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You see, that's another good thing about being a guy is we get, as we age, things get better.
big time.
Twillery, twillery, twillery. I'm sitting here twillerying my thumbs. Why? Because I love Twillery, dude. Now, you're going to say, I know what Twillery is, but please explain it to me. Well, Twillery is a menswear company that's available online with great products for quality fit on top of their performance and functionality. Machine washable, so no need to take them to the dry cleaners. I do have a couple of Twillery shirts. I appreciate the good people at Twillery. Sending me some merchandise, and that is true. That is as advertised. You cannot shrink this shirt. I mean, this shirt it fits the same way. I machine wash it all day. I've tried to machine wash it 100 times in a row to see if it'll shrink at all, and it just doesn't. So Twillery is awesome. Products won't wrinkle, and they have plenty of stretch to keep you comfy. You know me. You know I get embarrassed about my nipples, and I always think I'm fat. Twillery shirts, they make me feel jacked, and they're stretchy and comfy. Because a lot of times when you get like a shirt that's stretchy, it sticks to your body, and it just kind of sucks. Not Twillery, dude. Twillery, for some reason, the way they shape them, I just feel kind of jacked in them. Right now, Twillery is offering my listeners $18 off. You just got to go to Twillery.com and use my code CHAOS18 to save $18 off a minimum $139 order today. So you got to spend at least $139, but you're going to get $18 off when you use the promo code CHAOS at Twillery.com. CHAOS18. I'm sorry. Chaos, and don't put in Chaos. She said she's only 18. It's CHAOS18. She said she was 18. CHAOS18. That's Twillery, TWILLORY.com, promo code CHAOS, CHAOS18, CHAOS18 to save $18 off. As long as you spend $139, you're going to get $18 off, baby. Shout out Twillery. Hello. New dates: Amsterdam, Belfast, Liverpool, Glasgow, Birmingham, London, June 2nd to the 7th. ChrisDComedy.com for Tiki Wikis. June 22nd, I'm coming. I'm co-headlining with Sam Morrill in Atlantic City. My daughter's birthday party is June 23rd, so I got to just do that show, wake up in the morning, and then leave, baby. And then I think we're going to add another date somewhere in July. Me, Sam Morrill, and Nimesh Patel are going to start going out on the road together, doing some stuff while we're all writing our new hours. So ChrisDComedy.com for Tiki Wikis. I'm back doing stand-up, dropping into different places in New York. So I love you, baby. Yeah, I know. That's one thing I will say about podcasting, and I'm trying to do less of, but it's already out there, is I've been so open about my life. Never showing like my kids' pictures or anything like that, but talking about it so much. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. I think like what happened was with podcasting for comedians, I think, is... You know, I just used to do stand-up. When I started this, I just did stand-up. Yeah. That's it. And then podcasting came in to like as the only way to really like get your comedy out there or sell tickets on the road. Mm-hmm. And then we all just fell into podcasting. But like I wasn't like you were called to, you know, you always want to speak 8 hours a day and do that stuff. That was what you got into. I was like, nah, dude, I just want to speak for like 20 minutes a night every night on like the comedy I wrote about. But then podcasting came, and now all of a sudden I feel like, you know, me and some of my peers, it's like we get caught up in like talking about like drama when I'm like, no, dude, I always want to just joke around. Yeah, you know? I mean, I'm calling out Andrew Schulz as well. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get back on the road, okay? He just sold out the arenas.
I'm joking.
Boy?
I'm friends with a bunch of comedians.
Did you ever do? Are you gonna do his show this week?
No, I'm not here for a long enough time. I did do it last time I was here.
Yeah, it was fun, right?
I'm rarely ever in New York. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I love those guys.
Yeah, that's like the new wave of that's what you got to do now. And you know, Jeff Wittick was texting us before this, shitting on our thumbnails, saying that fuck that guy. Our thumbnails are the reason why, you know, these pod isn't bigger. And I guess the thumbnails, do you care about your thumbnails?
I don't know. My YouTube SEO stuff is like so bad for the most part, but yeah, thumbnails are pretty important. God damn, he is such a YouTuber.
He really is
such a fucking YouTuber.
I was having a good day, and then he told us how bad our thumbnails are, and then he just shit on our thumbnails.
Let me see this thumb.
John is so mad about the thumbnails.
Let's see. You got those? Look at my thumb bows. Are those good? I think.
What do you think, John? I feel like what's the difference between his thumbnails and our thumbnails?
It's there's a recipe to it. They're pretty similar across the
board.
board.
What are we gonna do, dude? What are we gonna do on this show?
Let me see your Thumbos.
Let's see Hasan's
your
thumbnails.
No, we just saw mine. Let me see yours.
Oh, I'm sorry, my thumbnails. I apologize. I fucked up again.
1 second. It's a slam.
Do those suck?
Oh, dude, that sucks. Bro, what the fuck? Yo, he's right.
He is, right?
Yo, your
Because
thumbnails
John
are
makes the
shit.
thumbnails. So can you tell us
I'm
what?
sorry.
It's okay.
What is it? Can you
dude.
tell? No, we're here for truth.
Dude.
What's
you
wrong
gotta,
with them?
First of all, it's just like there's way too much text happening.
Okay.
Yo, that shit looks like one of those like you know the XL Pimpy like Pitbull fucking like the new Pitbull releases.
Yes.
Like when they find like a new variant of fucking mutated pitbulls, like no, it looks like there's
I thought you
a
were talking about the
which
singer.
One which one? Are you talking
no,
about?
like it looks like there's a rap battle going on. You have to. You first of all, you have to face. You have to put the faces more prominently.
Okay.
And like maybe doing like a weird face, like
Right.
shocking, like invoke emotion, both from yourself and your guest.
Is that one good? Like with the teeth, number 165?
It's not bad.
It's
not
better.
Bad. It's definitely fine. I mean, you know, you got a sexologist. That one, you see that face that you made there?
Yeah.
That's why it's got 40K views. Is
I
that
mean,
good? I
they're
don't know.
bombing.
Is that good
dude.
for
No,
your
we've been
algo?
bombing. We were doing much better. I mean, I've been.
Don't worry, this episode
This is going to be good.
Off.
Well, because you know what it is, we didn't have guests for so long. It was just like me and my co-host, or me by myself. But now we're like, we're having guests on. So I feel
But
like
to be fair, I have a podcast. It's called Fear and. Here, look it up.
let's look it up.
We like our thumbnails are not great. We just literally straight up post photos of ourselves on the thumbnail.
And those do well.
I mean, they do all right.
Look at those.
They do all right.
But that would be much better for us. So should we just maybe John will try just posting a picture of Hasan and I after this.
Whatever you
John's gonna commit suicide on the pod.
Okay, don't.
He
do
got
that.
fired from his main job 2 weeks ago. Everyone's shitting on his thumbnails. That's the one thing that he could hang on to in life.
Dude, I would just like blast like the face like closer up and then just like I don't know, some kind of image of like whatever the key thing that you guys are talking about that day. Be shameless. Like no matter what level of shame you have right now, like what you're operating on, just definitely throw that aside. Be like 10x more shameless.
Fair enough.
Because
Okay.
like you have to be gross. You have to be a real piece of shit. To,
I
like,
know.
To do SEO on YouTube, just like Jeff, who is a real piece of shit, bad guy.
Yeah, bad guy. Jeff,
Bad guy, fucking terrible at cutting hair.
Yep.
I'll
Good.
say that.
Yes.
That one.
Clip it.
Yeah.
Which one?
That one. What do you think of that one?
The Rogan one?
I would put Rogan's face more prominently as well. Like I would put that in the like as the not in the foreground, but like definitely act like he's in the room, I guess. I don't know. Make it seem
Got it.
like
All right. Well,
you're trying too much. You're doing too much. Because you have to remember these are like tiny. Like people
Simple.
can't see all that shit.
I do feel like we're in a place now in the internet where like the lo-fi stuff is better than the
Yeah.
you're at least like some of my favorite things that I watch on the internet is like no production value at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
TikToks.
yeah.
That's what I look at for the most part.
How do I dress like cooler like you? Like what am I doing
You
wrong?
got a cool ass outfit going on.
You think so? You like this? I feel too
You
white.
got the Nike Blazers. Your pants are way too skinny, I think.
But I think it's just I got a fat thigh.
I mean, bro, come on.
So your pants, what size are those though?
These are actually too big for me right now. I lost some weight, but like these are Carhartts, the Carhartt WIP collection.
Okay.
It's the, you know, if you want to wear construction gear without ever touching construction, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are like the carpenter jeans, so they're like definitely a little bit bigger.
So you don't like the tapered fit. You like to flare out.
Tapered shit is
It's
like
whack now?
is so out. Yeah.
Damn
you gotta go bigger.
Because I've been wearing like Lululemon like tapered pants, and
Bro, you can't be doing that.
That's
That's like millennial shit right there. You got ankle socks on, like straight
no,
up.
but look, but
No,
hold
that's
on.
that's
But look, when I
unacceptable.
stand up, though, is it bad?
I know, but you're just like it's unacceptable. You gotta be wearing. You can't be
it.
wearing ankle socks. Burn all the ankle socks. No more fucking skinny jeans.
I'm dressed like one of John's thumbnails right now.
You got
Damn.
the bomber jacket.
That's kinda cool, right?
This fit.
What
goes,
fit is this fit?
This fit goes hard in 2014.
Okay, so this is an outdated fit.
That's
so I got to
such
go
a-
be Chrissy Carhartts. Go get Carhartt stuff.
Yeah, get some bigger pants. you
Bigger
know, maybe
pants and
some-
bigger up top.
Up top, it doesn't matter. You don't have to go bigger up top.
Because I'm a handsome guy.
It's about a silhouette.
Right?
You can create, like, you can cultivate a silhouette. Like, it doesn't have to always be bigger up top. You can wear something tight. You can wear, like, I mean, just, bro, you're in Queens, you know?
Right.
Go outside, look at what the fuck people are wearing in Brooklyn. They're all dripped out.
I don't know what stores to go to. I just go to Lululemon.
Too long?
Huh?
Do you think you were in Soho too long?
I was in Soho too long. The podcast studio used to be in Soho, and this is what's happening.
I feel like people in Seoul probably dress better than that, though. Come on, man.
I messed up, dude, because all I do is I go to the Queen Center Mall, I go to Macy's, or I go to Lululemon, or I get stuff on Amazon. I got to be better, dude. But I am a handsome guy.
You are a handsome guy. You're a very handsome guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no more Zara.
And do I look like...
He loves Zara.
Do I... So what?
He wore Zara in his special.
Yeah, I wore Zara in my comedy special.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Come
dude,
on.
I did a full comedy special.
You were out there rocking fast fashion on your comedy special.
Yeah,
It's
can
like
we
$20
show 'em?
t-shirt.
Do we have any of the footage from the special at all? We have
I can
nothing.
get it. I can
You
get
get it?
I mean,
Well,
there's nothing wrong with like Zara and all that shit either. Like I wear a lot of like, especially back in the day, I used to wear a lot of ASOS, or I can't really fit into
I don't even know
Zara.
what that is.
ASOS is like the British Zara.
What's
or
better than
H&M.
Zara then? If I go to the mall? What store are you looking for in the mall?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really shop at the mall.
But if you had to go to the mall,
Like, no, I.
what if your kids wanted a fucking Cinnabon?
Yeah, I mean, oh, dude, you're feeding your kids Cinnabon? That's crazy. That's crazy.
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why can't I give them a Cinnabon once a week?
They're gonna get fat and have
But
diabetes.
the money goes to Hamas.
What do you mean?
Some of the money, a local Cinnabon shop I go to, the money goes towards freeing Palestine. Every dollar that we spend goes there. 50%.
Okay, then it's fine. All right, then it's good.
That's good. No, I'm kidding.
Are you? Oh, I thought you were literally funding Hamas.
That's the only way to stop it. Is we got to drop Cinnabons, get them all fat.
Yeah.
I know that's the thing though, but it's hard. Okay, but I know you're not talking about your personal life, but would you say you don't have kids?
No.
Okay, so but once you have kids, I get it. It's hard though when that's like the kids, like you got to just give them something quick. Sometimes they want it. I don't want to give it to them either, but it's like they have these meltdowns. What I try to do is I try to just balance it then with fruits and vegetables and high protein.
Bro, I don't know.
Because I'm not going to not give my kids ice cream.
I don't know the first thing about raising children.
You'd be a good dad though.
Oh, thank you.
You'd be a good dad.
Hopefully one day.
I think you will.
I don't know. I feel like I've drank too much Mountain Dew, like too much Diet Mountain Dew. Like my sperm is just,
dude,
is probably not working.
I thought the exact same thing. Well, that's Radio City though.
Yeah, but you wore Zara there too.
I did wear Zara at Radio City. This is a show in front of 6,000 people. This is what I dressed as. I brought a jacket from I don't even know where I got that jacket. I look like an asshole. My pants are too tight, Hasan.
Yeah, you gotta get less tight pants, I think.
You think that's what's holding me back?
Yeah, and you have a good physique, bro. Just fucking show it off.
You think
with
I'm
the
in shape?
shirt.
I look in shape right now.
You look
Sitting
like
down.
you're in shape. Yeah.
Wow, yes.
You don't have to fucking hide it with a bomber jacket.
Andrew Schulz, I would say, is the best dressed
he
of us all.
Bro,
Andrew Schulz would have something like this.
Yeah, but he also looks like a fucking like 1940s bomber pilot or some shit. All
You
the
don't
time.
like his haircut?
No, bro. I don't. He's like, first of all, it's just like it's too much.
Too much. Okay.
It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Automatically when I see that, I'm like, what side of World War II were you on? Like, I can't really immediately figure out if you're like the good guys or the bad guys.
I thought he was. I honestly assumed that style, and it might be true, is he's doing it for like a movie or so. I thought he got like a movie role.
No, he's just.
That's what I wore to my special.
No, Andrew's got good style.
That's what I wore to my special. Is it bad?
I mean, it's fine. It's
See, it's Zara.
It's inoffensive.
Yes.
It's not. You're not trying hard. It's fine. It's not bad.
Now, what do you think? What do you think? As you being an internet guy, if I got a sitcom, a traditional sitcom, would you watch it? Or do you not just watch those?
know if I haven't watched any sitcoms in a very long time.
But if somebody like me got it, would you be like, oh, maybe I'll check it out?
Sure. Yes, I would.
And if you were gonna watch it, this is just me. Spitballing. This is just me putting things, kind of just asking you general questions that are not tied to anything. But if you were going to watch it, if I was going to get you off the internet and you were going to watch it, do you think you'd be more likely to watch it at ABC, Fox, or NBC?
Whichever one you're on, I would watch it on.
But I'm just saying, hypothetically, would you be more interested in watching it on ABC Hulu, NBC Peacock, or Fox, no streamer?
Hulu.
It's interesting.
I don't have, bro. I don't.
Do you watch Hulu?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I got Hulu, I got Max, I got all of it, but like I don't have any TV. Like I don't.
Are you going to
watch
watch
any?
You think you'll be watching Hulu in December of 2024 or January of 2025?
Sure.
Yes.
What's that?
Well,
What's that? What's going on there?
we have well, we can't say it yet because I have one of my comedy my comedy special is coming out on.
I like that jacket.
You do?
Yeah, it's nice.
See, I just gave that away.
Why?
Because I thought it sucked.
Because you wore it too much?
Yes, I used to wear that jacket all the time. Like, see,
You fucked up. That's
I have a
good
Carhartt jacket too. I should have worn my Carhartt stuff.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You should go shopping with his brother.
Is his brother a Robert?
His brother. Well, you talked to him on the phone before, but he only wears Carhartt.
He only wears Dude, I went to the Carhartt store in Detroit. I think like their flagship store. It was amazing. And I bought my daughter and my little 2-year-old pink overalls. She looked lit. That's what
Get him started young.
Dude, you're 32?
Yeah.
32. I'm 39.
How old do I look? Oh, you're 39?
I thought you were 32. I thought you'd be 30 actually.
I thought.
Well, I don't
you
know
were
anybody's
younger, too.
age anymore. See,
I don't either.
here's what happens, folks. Here's what happens. When I started comedy, I was always the young guy. I was always the youngest. Wherever we went, I was the youngest. And now I'm starting to be like, I find myself in rooms where even though for a comedian, I'm still young because like the prime of a comedian's life is they say in their 40s. But I'm starting to be like, oh, now I'm the older guy.
Yes.
It just happens, dude.
Dude, that's me on the basketball court. Like I always was like I was always playing against people that I called unks, you know? They were the unks. They're the old dogs. They're the old guard. And the other day I'm playing basketball against this kid who's like 14 and his dad. And I was like, oh, like this kid is 14. His dad's like way older than me.
Right.
Turns out his dad's my age.
Whoa.
And I was like, damn, that's when I got the shocking realization that like I'm the unk now
Yes.
on the basketball courts.
You are the unk.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
I don't feel like that.
Do you feel like do you want to have kids soon? Do you mind if you're going to be like an older dad, like if you had your first kid at 45?
I don't mind being an older dad.
Yes,
no.
yeah. Dude, I like that. Nothing phases. What upsets you? What keeps you up at night? What do you dream about?
What keeps me up at night? What upsets me? I mean, everything I talk about politically in the political field, it's like
It upsets you.
most of the stuff that I talk about upsets me for sure.
Right.
I
You would
hate
never,
the
like, kill
Democratic
yourself over
Party. I wouldn't. I love my life.
Don't get. I feel like sometimes it's like nothing's really that serious, you know. And then one day you'll die. Right?
Fair, yeah. But to go back to your earlier question, when you were talking about like, oh, why do people care about politics or whatever? It's because everything that you do, regardless of whether you care about politics or not, politics cares about you. You know what I mean? Your whole existence is going to be defined by the politics of this country, by the politics of any country that you're living in, and sometimes politics of other countries. So that's kind of what I try to communicate to people so that they're a little bit more aware. And most importantly, there's a lot of underlying resentment and anger that a lot of people feel. Maybe not yourself, because, you know, we're in quite a privileged position. We're very lucky. We're very fortunate finding success in our careers, in the entertainment industry. Like we are in the top 1% of 1% of luck, at least. Maybe not overall wealth, but certainly we're like very fortunate to be able to pursue our passions.
Yeah, we could be making shitty thumbnails like John.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, John. But, you know, those thumbnails, man, you gotta work on them. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of people don't have that. They work a shit job that where they have to suck up to their bosses they fucking hate. They have no control over their own lives. I've been there. I've worked for someone else as well before I started my own thing. And when you have no autonomy in your life and you have all this like anger and resentment, and then you see fucking all these cool people on TikTok or Instagram, and then you're like still more angry and you don't really know what you're angry about, and then you're like, I want to vote for someone, I guess. I don't really care. But then both of the parties are filled to the brim with fucking assholes who don't give a shit about you. My job and my goal overall is to explain to people why you feel the way that you do, why you feel the animosity that you understandably have, and then maybe channel that frustration into some more productive avenues so that you can make some marginal changes in your immediate life and that will lead to broader systemic changes that will make the lives of the next generation a little bit better.
Subscribe, like, and subscribe.
That too.
I'm just saying, like what you just said. That's a like and subscribe right there.
Thank you.
I think that's. Why didn't you just say that?
I do say that.
Oh, well, now I'll listen.
Okay. Why would I'm sure like the thing is
It's a good point.
The thing is like in a lot of instances, I used to be an old Joe Rogan fan, like way back in the day when
Like chat room Joe Rogan.
not like I would say like what was his name? Red Band was there in the studio in the room.
Joey
like,
Diaz.
Yeah, Joey Diaz. Yeah, Joey Diaz. Like when he was back when he would talk way more about conspiracy theories and shit like that, and less about like the fucking vaccine or whatever he talks about a little bit too much nowadays.
Right.
But like, so in that time frame, I remember him constantly complaining about something that I never personally thought I would experience, which was getting clipped out of context. He's like, we talk for 3 hours, and no matter what, like that doesn't work. It doesn't work like that in mainstream media. You talk for 3 hours on a podcast, uninterrupted, unfiltered. You can clip someone out of context and like make them look a certain way, make them out to be someone who believes something that, maybe the media would consider to be bad or wrong, right? And then you can do these like campaigns of hate. Nowadays, I feel like we've completely streamlined that. Like it happens to everyone all the time, nonstop, which is why I think like a lot of the things that people see of me in particular, because I'm not only doing a podcast format, but I'm doing it live with a live audience that's, 30,000 people, concurrent viewership for 8 to 10 hours a day on a political subject that is already divisive inherently. So a lot of people will like pick the worst moments and highlight them. So it's hard. It's hard for people to like do their own research and figure out what the fuck I have to say about a particular issue.
I feel that last part too is, that's where I feel like our privilege comes in as well. And is that, I have the luxury of being able to like read about a topic or whatever. But it's the guy that's working at the factory all day that's exhausted. He's just can get the headlines. He can he or she only has the time for like the 1 minute TikTok, and then they're really kind of misinformed by this like headline media. So I guess in a way, like, you're right in the sense of like, well, that's why, it's like a luxury to like not have to care about it. But the guy at home who has to get sucked in by it all day, it's an unfortunate thing. But do you feel though then that like, because sometimes I feel where I'm like, why do I even want to be like, why am I even trying to be in the spotlight? It just feels so dangerous. Like just be anonymous here. Like just talk to your fans, do your, I choose stand up, but it's like, what am I trying to get? What is at the next level? But it seems like it's just like more hardship. Do you ever think about that?
Not really, because like I feel very fulfilled with what I do. Like I care about being able to communicate the way I see the world to as broad of an audience as possible. So everything I do is in a step in that direction. So, because I'm, I guess, committed to what I have to say and truly believe it and invested in it, I don't find it to be frivolous. There are moments where I'm just like, this shit kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Does it ever get to you like the hate on the internet, or like, because it's always on the internet, right? You never get hate in real life, or very little. Very, very little.
That's the thing that people don't understand.
Not at all, I would say.
Yeah, it's almost zero, bro. It only exists. It's almost like if you want to feel better about yourself, just log out, because no matter what you do.
I started doing that. I had Twitter on my phone, and Twitter's a big part of my job. Like, that's where all the journalists are breaking the stories. That's where I communicate with a lot of people globally. You know what I mean? Like a lot of journalists globally in like conflict zones and shit. And obviously, since Elon Musk took over, it's just ass, like straight up ass. Like I think the platform is gone downhill. It's all like fight videos, gore on my fucking For You page on my Twitter timeline, and then it's just like the dumbest dude you've ever seen in your entire life with a blue check mark chirping about some shit that they have no fucking clue on. And then like 100 other dumbasses in the replies like, yes, King, you're so right. And a lot of people have left the space for that reason. A lot of journalists that I used to rely on have left the space. However, Twitter is still, you know, it's like the public square in some ways, even though the public square got like a shit ton dumber. So I used to browse Twitter all the fucking time offline, like when I'm not on stream. And it got to a point where it was just like getting to me. It was just so many people just like, you fucking suck. You like, it starts to change the way you view yourself and who you are as a person when you just see, when you're inundated with that shit all day, every day. And then I deleted it off my phone. I still use it, of course, I have to, for my job. But once I deleted it off my phone, shit, I mean, my mental health has improved like dramatically.
Yeah, I think like social media is like, it's like cigarettes for our brain. It's going to be looked at like in 50 years, like how we look at, you know, there used to be ads for smoking and stuff. Now it's like, you know, now we would know better. I feel like the future people are going to be like, remember when they used to do that?
Or we're just going to fully collapse into it.
That's
and it's
interesting.
going to get worse and worse.
Dude, our co-host, who we're going to call here in a second, Mike Cannon, has a theory that we've gotten to this point of evolution many times before, and we always just implode and then nuke each other, or some cataclysmic event happens, and then we get all the evidence of the previous human race gets washed away, and we start over again from like the Stone Age. And this has happened many times before. Isn't that nuts?
I like that. That's cool. That's a cool way to think.
Let's call Mike. Let's call Mike, who's at Disney World on 7th.
And he's on edibles.
I have to call him?
Yeah, well, you're gonna.
All right. I thought he was going to be on. I thought we were going to video him in.
Give me a second. I'm gonna send him the link to.
Okay. Okay. So, who are you texting?
I am trying to facilitate what my next lift is going to look like.
Oh, you're going to go to a gym here. You're going to like just pop in at a gym.
Yeah.
What gym are you going to go to?
Dogpound.
Oh, I heard Dogpound is dope.
Yeah.
Do they know you over there?
I know Kirk Myers. Shouts
Shout him
out
out.
to Kirk. He's the owner of Dogpound, and I've known him for years. Like, I think his brother was a fan of mine from like a very long time ago. So every time I'm in New York or every time I want to go work out, like I'll hit him up.
Do you work out with him, or you just do your own thing in the gym?
If he's there, yeah.
He pushes you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
If he's not there, then I just work out with one of his trainers that he sets me up with.
I'm like very shy about like asking, like, even though like, you know, could DM someone, like I would just like be like, you know what? I'll just do push-ups in my room. I don't want to bother anyone, blah, blah, blah. But you got to go out there and get it.
Yeah.
And you go out there and get it.
Well, I mean, this is like, I've known him for like 8 years at this point. So it's like, it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like some random dude that I'm hitting up.
He's getting on Pirates of the Caribbean. He'll call you when he gets out.
He's going to call me?
Well, no, I'm just gonna call us when we get out.
All right.
He's on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's sick.
All right. Yeah, dude, you ever been to Disney?
I have been to Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland.
I went to Disneyland in LA. Well, the first time I went to Disney World, I had chlamydia. I was just going through it. I was just going through it. I had chlamydia. And my friend my friend who's an ER doctor had to send me a prescription. I was there with my mom and my daughter, and he had to send me a prescription to a pharmacy on the outskirts of Orlando. I had to tell my mom and my daughter that I'd be right back, that I left something in the car, and I took an Uber to a pharmacy on the outskirts of Orlando, and I picked up a prescription for azithromycin, which helps cure chlamydia, with a Goofy hat on. Dead serious, that I forgot I even had on.
That's insane.
And I took the first pill.
What does this have to do with Disney? I feel like, did you fuck Goofy? Like, what do you mean?
No.
Wait, who gave you chlamydia?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea, but I used to be a fucking idiot, but I'm not. You know what? That's a good thing. It's a good thing. One of the biggest causes of anxiety, I think, is for people who have unsafe sex. What makes you more nervous than if you're someone out there having unsafe sex, right? There's such a stigma. Like, you'd be more upset if I told you you had, herpes than cancer. you would feel like a guilt because you'd be like, cancer is like, you know.
I feel like I'd be way more scared of cancer than herpes.
But I'm just saying, like,
I know what you mean, though.
in
You're right.
STD, like, there's such
You're
a
right.
stigma
There's
to
stigma,
it.
There's stigma to it. Like
You did it to yourself.
Like herpes is a really interesting one because like technically I had shingles, right?
Oh,
That's
right.
still herpes. Like
Right.
it is in the same family,
Right.
Most of the skin related like flare ups are still in the herpes family. However, when you get herpes, like a cold sore or whatever, there is that additional stigma associated with it, even though 1 in 5 people have it. And that's because it's a sexually transmitted disease, even though it doesn't have to transmit through sexual acts either. So you're right. I get what you mean. You're saying that like there's a additional stigma associated with it, but I think that's because like we're very puritanical. We don't have like a freer understanding of sex.
But that's America, right? We were founded by the Puritans, so
Yeah.
it's the whole thing is puritanical.
Yeah, for sure.
Turkey and Istanbul is not as puritanical as America. They're more forgiving.
In some ways, yes, in some ways no, because it's still a Muslim country, and I think that like there is definitely a little bit more repression on that front as well. However, having said that, Turkey has prostitution is legal. So, and they have government-owned brothels.
Prostitution is legal?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, people always think like, oh, they have an idea of like Muslim countries and they don't comprehend it. They think it's like monolithic. Like everyone is, riding camels or whatever. But yeah, see, as of 2011, there were about 56 state licensed brothels.
Wow. And are the women who are in the Turkish sex market, are they mostly from Turkey or they get them from other countries?
I think it's a bit of both.
Because like in American ones, a lot of women from Asia, a lot of women from South America.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I didn't know if it was
In
the
Turkey,
same
it's
in
like
Turkey.
Eastern Europe, I would say, and then
Got it.
other Turkic countries and also Turkish people as well.
Dude, Turkey, the Ottoman Empire used to fucking beat people's asses, dude.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were like number one for a minute.
Oh yeah.
They had a lot of slaves, Greek slaves.
Yeah.
They had white slaves.
We enslaved the white population for the most part.
Very
we had a
interesting.
system called like Distefano, where you would go in. It's actually very interesting. The Ottoman Empire is like unique in the sense that it was, in comparison to like the other contemporaries at the time, like it was seen as like way more progressive overall because like they wouldn't forcibly remove religion and like make everyone Muslim or whatever. They were just like, yeah, you just got to pay an extra tax. You don't get to serve in the military, but you got to pay a fucking tax called jizya. So they were it was really interesting and spanned across, obviously many borders and spanned across many nations that we know now, all the way from the MENA region to all the way into Europe to Austria, basically.
Yeah.
Where they stopped it. They stopped the Ottoman horde. However, there's a concept called devshirme. So they would take white kids, non-Muslim kids, and put them through this like system where they would become like the top level warriors, like elite warriors, like the Janissaries.
Yes.
Or they would also put them through this farm program basically and make them architects, like, viziers, like the highest level in like the imperial court, I guess. I don't know what it would be called in English, like the padishah is the emperor. So they like all of the top architects, scholars, artists, people in positions of prominence and power in the Ottoman Empire, almost all of them are through that program.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, people sleep on the Ottoman Empire, man. I mean, and also that's another thing. When I read a lot about, not a lot, I read about the Crusades, the Muslim countries, Constantinople and all that, they were like so far advanced, scientists, hygiene. They said that the Christian army, like they were like literal animals, like smell disgusting.
You see Shogun? Did you see Shogun?
No, but I've heard that it's a great show.
It's fucking awesome. But it's really funny because you kind of see that in that like Western guy comes in first, like Anglo-Saxon Protestant that like makes his way into the Shogunate era Japan. Well, it's not the Shogunate era Japan, but
This guy's popping zins, baby.
Yeah, and they're so much more advanced. They think like he thinks it's going to be like another colony. He thinks it's going to be like, oh, the indigenous population. We're going to dominate them. And then he sees Edo for the first time and he's like, oh my fucking God. Like, this shit's crazy. They have cities and they're showering every day. There's a moment where they're like, you have to shower. What the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'll get sick. What do you mean I have to shower every day? I'll get sick. And it's like, in the Ottoman Empire, in Istanbul, the embassy row for the European embassies was actually super far away from the city. Why? Because they didn't know, like they would dump all of their shit on the roads because they just did not understand working plumbing and shit.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Which is wild because the Roman Empire had that shit way before, but then they forgot.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Sometimes people, like, you think we're the most advanced now, but it's like sometimes ideas, we've spoken about this on the pod before, like sometimes ideas get lost and then they remember them, but they think they're like just discovered them, but they're rediscovering them. Like in ancient Rome, homosexuality, all these, being as free as we are now, was that's what it was. And then it started to, and then we became puritanical again.
There's no conceptualization of like homosexuality as a separate thing. It was just normal. Like for most of history, in comparison to like the last couple of hundred years post Christianity, homosexuality was nothing. It was not considered a thing at all.
It's a thing. It was like, oh, Hasan and Chris just banged. What can you do?
The Ottoman Empire decriminalized homosexuality in the 18th century, in the Tanzimat era. And before that, it wasn't exactly criminalized either. But they decriminalized it because they saw Reformation happening in Europe.
Yeah. And
so they were like, yeah, we'll decriminalize it.
I know that's a thing too. Like sometimes people will bring up, I love history. I'm a fan of history. People will bring up, the Ottomans had slaves, even more recently than, America, or like slavery was just a thing back then. And you got to forgive the founding fathers, which on one side I see it, but on the other side, slavery, when the British got to here, America, they were like dumbfounded that people had slaves. They were like, what are you fucking people doing? These are human beings. And so like we think like, oh, it's just the way the world was. It's like, no, not really.
No.
There was just some places were doing it, some places weren't.
Well, and also chattel slavery is like historically unique. Most historians will separate chattel slavery from indentured servitude or like other forms of slavery, like what I just described to you at Dave Schiedemann program. Like there was no system of like elevating people into the higher echelons of society in chattel slavery. You were not a human. You were not perceived as a human being. You were cattle.
Right.
That's the whole point, right? So like most historians will separate chattel slavery from other forms of slavery for that reason. And goddamn, did Americans love that shit. Like they were even the founders. George Washington, you say you love history. People always say, oh, there was, robust historical conversations debate being had about slavery. It's like, no, that motherfucker knew it was bad. You want to know why? Because there were rules in Pennsylvania at the time that you could not have slaves for longer than 6 months. So what did George Washington do? He cycled them out of state. He would send them off state and then bring them back before the 6-month period in order to keep having slaves.
Yeah.
It's like you knew that shit was wrong. Other people knew it was wrong. That's why they had this rule.
What do you think is happening? I always like to ask, well-educated people like you this. What do you think is happening today that we just are like, this is fine, we're all accepting it, but like 200 years from now, they'll be like, remember when those people used to do that? Do you think there's something going on right now that's so bad that we're just all accepting?
I'm not even a vegan, but I think we'll probably look back at that. Like, we'll probably look at like eating meat in that regard, especially if we get like lab-grown meat and that becomes like serialized.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think we will look back at and be like, what the fuck were we doing? Probably fossil fuels, depending on like, again, where history goes. Probably look back at that and go, that was insane. That we were just like destroying the planet deliberately with a finite resource that was inevitably going to run out.
Right.
Without a care in the world.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
I like those. I always like to ask people that. I think that too with the fossil fuels, and I think that I think for me too, it's going to be the social media. I think that or just being so connected. I think that we're going to realize that this is not, our brains haven't evolved to be able to be connected to someone instantaneously across the world, because we can't possibly, yes, we are one human race, but we can't possibly see things the same. So it's going to cause way more problems than solutions.
I don't know, maybe, or we'll create a monoculture, which is what we're going towards right now.
Like a one world order type thing?
Not a new world order type thing, but like a monoculture in the same way that like most Americans, regardless of their political lineage or whatever, like there are certain things that we respond to, certain stimuli that we respond to positively. And I feel like that has become like a global phenomena as well. I mean, look, I'm Turkish. I grew up in Turkey, but I was fascinated with American culture. And that's why when I sit here and have a conversation with you, obviously there's going to be areas of where I have a lack of knowledge because I didn't grow up here. But overall, like, you know, I know a lot of the cultural signifiers that you know, and that's because American culture is like obviously very dominant globally.
Right.
So I think that it will probably train people that way as well, I think.
Dude, I wish I knew, I wish I grew up in another country. I wish I knew other languages and other cultures. I don't know how to do anything. I just know how to
Oh, you're American, you don't have to.
I know, but that sucks. Right? Don't you wish, you're so lucky that
I am.
Geography,
for sure.
Dude, you're in geography, that's dictates your whole life. You're so much better off you were born in another place and then you came here.
Yeah, no,
it's
for
better
sure.
to do it this way, because to do it the other way, born here, it's like I'm never going to learn Arabic. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
but you were forced to, not forced to, but it's like other countries, it's like, English, the English language is so like a world language. It's like, so you have to kind of know it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't have to do that, because you travel in 3,000 miles any direction. It's like everyone's just speaking English.
Yeah.
So, and I wish I wasn't, dude. I feel like a dumb piece of shit asshole that's wearing too tight of pants.
I mean, don't worry about the pants that much.
I could change my pants, if anything.
Yeah, you. Can
I just have to get Carhartt.
Yeah, it would. That was just an introduction. There's a world of possibilities
dude,
out there.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you more and just talk to you about fashion, dude. I want to just call you once a week. I want to come on your show.
You can come on my show.
I don't know anything, though. Well, I want to come.
You don't have to.
I want to talk about,
I have Jeff on my show all the time.
Dude, Jeff.
He doesn't know shit.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Jeff. He should run a marathon cutting someone's hair. I don't know why he doesn't do that.
Because
he's always jogging, cutting people's hair. Combine them, dude. That's the show.
Yeah. I feel like that. I feel like he's going to fuck people's hair up even worse.
You got a good haircut.
I didn't get this from Jeff.
Oh,
I have a hairstylist as well. But
Yeah.
I like having Jeff on to come in and fuck my shit up a little bit.
I got to get a hairstylist. I'll
call
go
him
to a barber.
I mean, your hair is fine. What do you mean? It's great. What are you talking about?
Hasan, he has me all over the place. He shits on me and then he tells me I'm good.
Yeah, I'm breaking you down and then building you back up.
This is the way the Ottomans are.
Yeah, I saw a nice.
You're trying to make me your white slave.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're Italian.
Yeah, but not really. I'm Italian. Like, my last name's Italian, definitely. But then my mom's Irish and German. I think I'm mostly German. Look, the thumbnail. John, why do you have up your text messages? What's happening? Is he calling? Yeah. Okay, this is our co-host, Mike Cannon, who's coming to you live on 300 or 400 milligrams of edibles at Disney World.
Is he going to be able to hear us?
With his wife and son. See him with his glasses on right here? Can he hear us? Morgan & Morgan, baby, America's largest injury firm. I love it. They got over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Listen, if you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan, okay? Trying not to get an erection around Hasan Piker is hard. Morgan & Morgan is easy, folks. I love Morgan & Morgan. Sometimes I just pray that I get hit by a car so I can just use Morgan & Morgan. I see their billboards everywhere. It's dope. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is a free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/chaos or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/chaos or pound law, pound 529 from your celly welly. This is a paid advertisement. I love you, Morgan & Morgan. Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
He's on edibles and you're doing this to him at Disneyland with his family?
This is his baseline. His baseline's like about 400 milligrams a day.
That's crazy.
Mikey C, sorry, we couldn't. It was just too echoey.
Yeah, it's all good. I literally lost my AirPods on the flight out here. Brand new pair.
Jesus.
I bought them like 3 days ago.
We're on with Hasan Piker. Hasan and Piker and Jeff Whittick of last week have both shit on John's thumbnails. So Hasan, being from Turkey, is saying that we can behead John on the next episode.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
What
about the thumbnails that they found so disagreeable? Just our general faces?
Yeah, that, and they just said it was just too wordy. They just got shit on, dude. Bad. And then
John's batting 1,000 the last 2 weeks, let go by the Mets. Then somebody comes in and just trashes the one thing he has left.
And then Hasan's in here. He's about 8 zins in. This guy's just chewing fucking nicotine gum all day.
No shit. What does that do? Does that make you sharp? Are you firing on all cylinders?
I think so.
He thinks he is. No, he's sharp. This kid's sharp. He's smart. It would have been nice if you were here because it would have been, I think, because Mike is very smart as well and very, very well versed in politics. But it would have been nice to, just kind of see Mike just kind of get, Hasan says something because Hasan, he's so poignant with things, and then he just makes you. He's just like, you can be standing by something, and he just says it so eloquently, where you're like, well, I'll just go fuck myself then.
Dude, running into an actual intelligent person is kind of like kryptonite.
Yeah.
We're so used to having the control of a room because we have a microphone and nobody else does. But then you actually are on even playing field with somebody who's read a book, and it's like, well, fuck me, I have nothing to offer.
Right. Wait. Oh, you're gonna hold it? Oh, Vito's holding the phone in my mouth. His hands smell like salami. Keto Vito. Do you what do you want to ask Hasan? Anything?
What are his opinions about the college campuses? Every single graduation across the country, or at least what I'm seeing on the news, they're just getting disrupted left and right.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right? Jerry Seinfeld yesterday.
What was that for? Has he spoken out in support of Israel, or is
Yeah.
He's publicly Jewish?
No. He has. He went to Israel after October 7th. I think like a month or so after. And he also posted up with IDF dudes in the past. He's got family in the IDF too, I think. So he's been a prominent supporter of Israel for a while. His wife alongside with Bill Ackman dumped a bunch of money into the counter protesters at UCLA. They built this fucking podium where they were blasting. They had speakers that were blasting the worst Israeli techno you've ever heard in your entire goddamn life. Oh my Lord. And then and also they were showing October 7 footage and shit too. It's pretty gruesome. And Jerry Seinfeld's wife gave $5,000 to that operation.
I see. Okay, so it wasn't just because the media will say, oh, it's this is more anti-Semitism, but it wasn't that specifically.
Yeah,
it's more complex.
Also, they're probably fucking annoyed with Jerry Seinfeld because he's always been a fucking very clean comic, and now he's also doing the cancel culture has destroyed comedy. It's bro, you talk about airplane food. The fuck do you mean? No, your shit's just mid, dog. And it always has been. Shouts out to Larry David. He's the one who carried that franchise.
Right. Unfrosted is a good movie though. I don't know if you want. I like Unfrosted. Shout out Unfrosted on Netflix.
I have not.
I liked it.
I have not seen it, but I'm not gonna take your opinion seriously, considering I'm assuming you have a Netflix fucking
not Netflix
coming fresh off the heels of Netflix Comedy Week or Netflix.
No, I didn't go. I didn't go to the Netflix. No, they asked me to go. I just felt like it was oversaturated, and I don't feel like I don't really have any FOMO. Isn't that interesting? I don't have any FOMO about missing that Netflix Comedy Festival where I thought I would, but I truly didn't have one. I was like, I wanted to just be home. So that's it because I feel like, I get what you say, Hasan, when I did some digging after looking at your chest on Instagram, I was, dude, this kid's fucking, let me tell you something, Mike. This kid is jacked, dresses well, put together, like you would be going wild, right? He's like just
and a name like Hasan, tall, dark, and handsome.
Dude, he's like legit handsome, where I said it's kind of like, you know, when we...
Jafar from Aladdin.
Yes, dude. He's Hot Jafar. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
He's a jihadi.
I can't see him, but I'm putting it together in my head.
Yes.
Filling up at Disney World.
He's a jihadi with a body. And so he is good, but smart too. So it's just like, absolutely, if he's banging our wives, like we just ask him what he needs and we move on. And but what you were saying was, it's like not even like you were with the Israel-Palestine stuff. It wasn't even like you're just saying like stop like the apartheid there, just like for both Israel and Palestine. You're not one side versus the other. You're like, just stop that.
Yeah,
which I respect.
One side is the one doing the apartheid, so I'm like,
right.
just like stop that, and then everyone can have equal rights. And when you say that, a lot of people will go, that's unacceptable.
Right, because I think people are addicted to the drama. That's another thing. Social media is addicted. No, on social media.
On social media, sure.
It's addicted to it's just like drama. Like people were just like crave drama. You like love that feeling.
Funnier than calling the Israel-Palestine conflict just a bunch of drama.
Yeah, they're very dramatic.
That's what I think at any point in history, like World War II, I'm like, y'all addicted to the drama.
Yeah, that's what Adolf was addicted to.
Yo,
Adolf
just addicted to the drama, girl.
Yeah, and methamphetamines,
crystal meth.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do for the rest of the day, Mike? What ride are you going on next?
We are going to have lunch at Bell's Castle with the Beast, so that's going to be pretty sweet.
Okay.
He wants to meet an alpha for the first time in his life, so I'll to the Beast, and then after that, I don't know. The park is our oyster. We're here till whenever. So whenever he gets tired, I'm down to do anything.
All right. Well, good, man. Are you draped in are you draped in any flags today?
No, I'm rocking Mickey. I did take a blue chew before I got here, but that's about it. No,
fuck?
Dude.
I'm on an edible.
Dude, by the way, Hasan had a great point, because you know how we always talk about how we work out for men, not women. Hasan said if you own a gym, you're gay, which is a good point. Any gym owner is just promoting homosexuality.
100%.
And if you own a gym or you work out on at least 3 times a week, you are gay. We're all Roberts.
Yeah, Bradley Martyn, 100%.
Yeah, Bradley Martyn is gay because he owns a gym.
I told that shit straight to his face too.
Good.
I'm 260, brother. Okay, 260 dicks is what you are.
260 pounds full of cum.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. That's gay as hell, bro.
So gay.
You're not doing that for the ladies.
No, dude, you're doing that for guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You love cock. All right, Mike, have fun, bro.
All right, guys. You too.
All right.
See you later.
Hasan said, may Allah be with you.
And also with you.
Bye.
All right, peace.
Wait, what? May Allah be with you? What is?
May Allah be with you.
What is? May Allah be with you.
Allah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We got any voicemails or anything?
We do, but it's parenting advice, so.
Hasan could get involved.
Okay.
Let Hasan give. He already gave me parenting advice.
I
with
did this
kids.
with Stavi already. Like, I'm down. It's
Oh, you did this with parenting advice with Stavi?
No, not parenting advice, but it's Stavi. Stavi does the helpline too.
Oh, he does. Okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, this is our version of it.
I'll just give bad advice. How about
You're
that?
fine. Perfect. Do we got one?
Chrissy and Mike. I'm Jeremy, South Carolina. I have a parenting question for you guys. So I have a 2.5-year-old, and he's a boy, we hope, and we have another boy due October this year. So we'll have 2 boys, and I'm wondering, what can I do to help with providing my other son with attention when we have a newborn here that needs all of our attention pretty much? And also, how do I keep my wife satisfied so she doesn't have visits with her trainer? But anyways, appreciate the advice. Love the show. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, here's the good news for you, sir. As we've discovered here on the podcast, you don't have to worry about your wife's trainer. He's a gay man.
Yeah. Well, he might be bisexual.
Yeah. Listen, dude.
That's still a little bit scary.
Yeah. Honestly, man.
He just dropped that in there, so that's a real concern for him.
Yeah, his
That was
wife.
a real call. That was,
Yeah.
His wife is probably hooking up with the trainer. I mean, that's the unfortunate truth. Is what's the advice? I mean, to like how to keep your wife satisfied and also be like a parent? I guess is that what he's asking?
his advice was, how does he pay attention to 2 children, but not. He wants to know how he keeps his child satisfied with the newborn and his wife satisfied in general.
Yeah, but in totally different ways, of course.
Yes.
The way you presented that was insane.
That's why he's here.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, really, actually, like, not even funny advice. A lot of times we feel like we don't have enough time in the day because I got kids too, and same problems with a girl. Is you have to put your phone away. So much of your time is like you're getting sucked into the phone, playing with your kid, talking to your wife, but also side texting and thinking about something on social media. Like, you have to, like, literally, if you can, put your phone away at whatever time works for you, and then just give them. I'm telling you, dude, if you focused on your children for like 30 minutes without a phone, they would probably want to walk away from you and be like, all right, I got enough time from dad. Same with your wife. Just do one thing with her for 30 minutes. It'll probably expand it to more time, but I'm telling you, people don't really need all your attention all the time. It's just we're not really giving it to them. So that's why people get like flustered and your kids freak out all the time. But if you just put it away and just, like this morning, I had some things to do. I wanted to look up, prepare for Hasan, but my daughter wanted me to crawl on the floor with her around the couch. She just wanted me to do that. So I was like, I have to do that. I have to put this stuff away. And then I did it with her for like 10 minutes. I thought it was going to be 45 minutes, 10 minutes. And then she didn't want to do it. She was like, okay, I'm on to the next thing. Now she's like fully satisfied.
Get good at eating pussy. That's what I have to say.
Eat that pussy.
Because like listen.
You got to eat the pussy like groceries.
Yeah, your personal trainer, your wife's personal trainer, he's probably shredded, right?
Oh my God,
He's
yeah.
probably slinging good ass dick.
Counts as macros.
Yeah, counts as fucking macros, hitting the gym all the time, probably gay, hopefully. But, he's not going to be invested in eating her out.
No.
This is the area that you have to excel in.
Very, very interesting, my friend.
Yeah.
You got it. The guy at home, the husband, has to be the one who's eating you out the most.
Yeah. Just get all up in there. Get all up in there. Spice it up a little bit. Maybe maybe some candles, maybe some music.
Right.
And get in there. Get in there with a bib. And just go to fucking town.
Yeah. Take one of your kids' bibs and get in there.
Yeah. Put it on.
Yeah.
Get down there. Get to work. And spice it up a little bit so that, maybe she limits the amount of sex she's having with a personal trainer to like once a week. You know what I mean?
I like that, dude. I like that.
And that'll help, because then that takes time off your hands.
That takes time off your hands.
Yeah.
There you go, dude. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Get a vibrator. Because the personal trainer is probably hitting into the gym. He's not bringing a vibrator there.
Yeah, dude. This woman, and she also, like, be soft with her. Like, that's probably whatever the sex that her and the trainer are having is probably rough sex. He's probably trying to stick a dumbbell in her pussy. You don't want to do any of that. You want to be soft and kind of, she's looking for you for sensuality.
But soft, but like firm still.
Right.
Not so soft that she's like, damn, this is like.
Because women do cheat more as much as men. I really believe that.
Statistically speaking.
Statistically, we're just saying. This podcast sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is very important, okay? I personally like the whole idea of doing therapy online, which is exactly what BetterHelp is. That's why they're able to keep their costs down. They're not paying for all these, different offices. I don't like the idea of, like, I already have anxiety. Now I'm getting anxiety about catching the right train or leaving early enough to get to my appointment. I eliminated all that with BetterHelp. It is done online. I get my laptop. I get my phone. I filled out this brief questionnaire. They match me with a licensed therapist that worked for me. You can change them for free at any time. The world's hard enough. It's good to once a week have somebody to bounce off and talk to someone. And I like the people at BetterHelp. Shout out Dr. Rubenstein. Did somebody just fart? If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Take a moment. Visit BetterHelp.com/chaos today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/chaos. Chaos. I love you, BetterHelp. You've been helping me. You've been helping my family. You've been helping Vito. You've been helping John. John's therapist only speaks Spanish. All right, everyone. Blue Chew. I want to see your rockin' hard cock. Send me pictures of it. I love Blue Chew. It is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost. And chewable is what I need, because you guys know me, I'm not a swallower. That's what it is. I try, but it just doesn't work. You can take them anytime, day or night. You can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. And you're going to be arising. I want to see that stiffy, boys. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of our licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, bang, you receive your prescription within days, delivered right to your door. Boners right to your door, folks. What else do you want? This is why this is the #1 country in the United States. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, but nothing will be discreet about your package. You can even poke your mama with your boner. I love it. I love my rock hard penis. I feel it all the time. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Chew it and do it, and then spit it out in your fucking hard cock. Provided by Blue Chew. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code CHAOS at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code CHAOS to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
When I came in here, I wasn't going to shut the fuck up. So no matter what he said,
right,
there was not going to be any dead air at any given moment. So I was just like, I'll roll with it.
Roll with it, dude. And now you did this pun, and you're still going to do 8 hours today on live.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do 8 because when I'm away from my computer, like when I'm away from my desktop and stuff, it's like a little bit harder. But yeah, I'll still hit like at least 6-7 hours.
And what do? You just do it from your hotel room?
Yeah.
I'll just sit there and hang out.
Yeah, I have a Pelican case that I bring everywhere when I travel with like literally all of the, like I have a SM7B in there. I have it all so like the quality doesn't drop off. And as long as the hotel has good internet, I could just like do the exact same show that I do.
But 7 hours, you don't want to like go see the city or like walk around or go out to dinner?
Nah.
You don't care?
Nah, not at all. I genuinely don't care about any of that stuff. I would, if it were up to me, I'm here for family right now, but if it were up to me, like I would have never left LA.
You would have just stayed.
Yeah.
Like you don't mind, like it could be a beautiful, gorgeous day. You'll stream inside all day. You don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I do it every day. Yeah. LA, the weather's beautiful.
You just don't, you don't feel FOMO. You don't feel like I have to go outside.
I get it out of my system in the mornings. Like I work out outdoors with my trainers and then, I get to socialize a little bit. And also on top of that, get some sunlight, touch some grass, you know what I mean?
Right.
Take my dog out to the dog park, get all of that out of the way, and then boom, I'm in it. I'm locked in.
That's what it is, folks. That's what it is.
You gotta balance it.
Balance, see?
Yeah.
See, I think, people, I was saying, 6-8 hours, man, like go outside. And you're like, no, dude, I was outside.
Yeah.
You're the one who's outside too much. You need to do some hours on the live stream.
Yeah.
Get those numbers up, and you need to fix your thumbnails because right now they look like toenails. Damn it! But John, don't behead him.
No.
Even in Turkey, he wouldn't be beheaded for this.
No.
Right.
Maybe a couple lashes.
That's it. All right, we'll do that. Patreon.com/CHRISTY
We do
Comedy.
not do that in Turkey.
I'm kidding, dude. All right. Well, Hasan, thank you, my friend.
Oh, thanks for having me. This
and
was
it's
wonderful.
Hasan with one S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody always thinks it's 2 S's, just 1 S.
But see, I knew one because what I did, my research, folks.
Thank you.
That's what
There
it
you
is.
go.
That's what I got to is your name, and then I had to crawl on the floor
Yeah.
like a Dalmatian.
That's why I could tell you had no idea what was going on. This is like definitely like one of those like PR hits because like I guess like my management or my publicist made this happen because I could tell when you started, you were like, Hasan, he's a handsome guy. I was like, shit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
He has no fucking idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Why
He
can't...
would have done that with anybody he found handsome, to be honest.
Okay.
With you. He could have
Yeah.
had like Brad Pitt or anybody he knew about in here, and he would start
Yeah.
off with like, "You're fucking hot." He did it with Jeff the other day.
I did.
Jeff is a handsome guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a handsome baby.
Like the fucking ogle dudes in here.
I just honestly, dude, that's what
I
it
feel
is,
that.
man. And if you're not hot, I won't say anything. Like if you weren't hot, I'd be like, here's my guest, Hasan.
That's it.
Yeah, dude.
That would have been awkward. This is Hasan. Go ahead.
Go
Say
ahead,
your
speak
piece.
whatever you got to do.
Speak, ugly.
No, dude, I'm happy we came because I like to do. I mean, you got to research some stuff, but I like to only judge. I don't like. I got like this rule in my head where like I don't have a judgment on anyone or let them affect me positive or negative. I haven't met them or if I have to know them in some way. And then I can be like, okay, I can make a. But like sometimes like we get carried away. It's like I've never met any of the presidents, so I'm like I'm not getting sucked into like I don't know, dude. Like people like how could you fucking have that person on your show?
Who'd you
I'm
have
like,
on that was like controversial like that?
Who do we have on that was controversial? Where people
I probably will be. Your audience
you'll
will probably be
I had
upset.
I had some.
They did that with Schulz too when I went on his podcast. Like half of the fucking people were like, "Why'd you have this piece of shit on?" It's like, bro, you didn't even watch the video.
Yeah, dude. They just see. Oh, Greg Gutfeld was controversial. A little
Buttfeld.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Well, I had on
That's the king of late night, dude. Greg Buttfeld. Yeah.
Slutfeld.
Yeah, he's the king of late night.
I had on
His little ass sitting on that fucking chair with his like toes dangling.
Yeah.
On Fox. I watch a lot of Fox News.
Do they talk shit about you on that?
Sometimes.
can you do?
When I said that Congressman of Texas 2 Dan Crenshaw decorated Marine or Navy SEAL. What I said, America deserved 9/11. they were very mad about that one.
But that's another one that like you didn't mean like it was like the policies, right? That's what it was. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I wasn't like it's good that 3,000 Americans died. Like that's insane. Of course not.
Yeah. I'm the 9/11 stand-up guy, so we're fighting.
Yeah. Oh, you're the are you? Is it?
No, that's something I did. So I went the only comedy video. A couple of them now have went, but like the one that like changed the course of my career is this.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. So that's one that like everything from this when I posted this because this is the one that we reposted, but I think I posted it the main one like 4 years ago. I think it was on History Hyenas pod or YouTube that like changed. Like I went from selling no tickets to like selling out.
Everybody loves 9/11. They were like, dude, 9/11 was so sick.
Yeah.
You're like, 9/11 was great for my career.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things too, because I just told a story.
Say it, Chris. Say 9/11 was great for your fucking career. Say you want more.
Put it in the thumbnail.
Say you want more 9/11s to happen.
I do. No.
Favorite thing you've been called in the street is 9/11 dad guy.
9/11 dad guy. Yep. I'm the 9/11 dad guy, and then people also be like, "Are you that 9/11 comedian?" And then when someone says it to me on the train out of context, people are like, "What the fuck,
bro?" We are this. They say that to me too, like not the comedian part, but they say like, "You're the 9/11 guy. You love 9/11, just like Chris."
Look at wow, look at that. We love it for different reasons.
Yeah.
I know PDD,
the trifecta of 9/11 comics. Pete Davidson also. Shit on Dan Crenshaw a lot too originally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that with the eye patch guy.
I said that about his eye patch too. I said some way worse shit than Pete did about his eye patch.
Well, I mean, what can you do?
I will not be repeating it now. I got banned.
I think people are it's one of those things where like comedians now get held to the standards of politicians, and politicians get held to standards of comedians. It's weird.
Politicians get held to no standards. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's bullshit. I think we should hold them to comedian standards. We should hold them to higher standards.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Just saying. They're like, the fuck? You're
not going to eat till 3 o'clock?
No. They're far too comfortable, I think. Politicians in America. They're too comfy.
Comfy
Here,
wumpy.
I'm going to pitch you an idea called the gauntlet.
Okay.
Okay. This is something that I believe. I think that if a politician reaches a certain disapproval rating, the constituents get to pick one fighter and invoke the gauntlet and then fight in hand-to-hand combat that politician inside of the Senate or inside of the House of Representatives.
Wow.
What do you think?
Like they have to fight an actual UFC fighter.
They could just beat the fucking doors off of you if you reach a certain disapproval rating. Because like let's say you run and you're like, I'm going to bring healthcare, right?
Okay.
Let's say you run in a Democratic district and you're like, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that people have healthcare, right?
Right.
I'm going to drop the price of insulin for, diabetics or whatever. And then you don't do that. And then people are like, well, what the fuck? And then we poll it and we figure out that like he hasn't done it. So people are dissatisfied. Gauntlet time.
Bam. Gauntlet
Time. I feel like the fear of getting your fucking ass beat would be a great motivator for them to like be held accountable and never reach that disapproval rating.
I think like I think too, like even just hitting people and getting your ass beat in general is why a lot of people pop off now, especially on social media, because there's no repercussions. You're not going to get hit for if you said that in someone's face, you get punched.
Yeah,
but now
like
we
that,
don't.
Like
but I like that
fucking
idea.
Kick streamers that walk around with like big ass bouncers everywhere, and then they like fuck with people.
Yeah,
and then like the bouncer comes in, and it's like, no, dude, just do it yourself.
Yeah, you do it. I like that.
I like that kid, the fucking fast kid, the fetal alcohol syndrome kid. Yeah, that one.
What is this kid doing?
He does what I just explained. I don't know anything about this kid. I just like see this is my fucking Twitter timeline now. It's all this fucking dickhead walking around and like bullying teenagers and shit, and then having their bouncer beat the fucking living shit out of people.
We talked about this. This was the kid who on Halloween, he was at a Halloween party and the bouncer punched him.
We talked about this on this show?
Yeah.
What?
See, he's very forgettable. This is one of those instances though, because he's beating up a fucking influencer, so I don't really like feel too bad. But also at the same time, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're a fucking professional bouncer. Like
he punched that kid in the face hard. I mean, he could have killed that kid.
Yeah.
Did they sue and press charges and all that? Probably, right? Who knows?
Don't bouncers technically have like a license where they're allowed to? Aren't they allowed to put hands on people?
I don't fucking know. Maybe.
You see Steve Buscemi got attacked randomly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
That was on local news when I was at the hotel. They were playing that over and over again. Who the fuck has smoke for Steve Buscemi?
Yes, dude. With some psycho. Dude, my friend is a cop, and he was just like...
Punched by a maniac in random...
Maniac. So I have a friend. This is interesting. I have a friend. He's a cop, but he's very liberal, right? Because a lot of these people say the cops are very conservative, so they want to push one out. But he's a very liberal guy, and he was like, it is true. It's interesting to talk. I should probably get him on the show. He was like, I am on the front line. I am an NYPD officer that is extremely like liberal. Like he like will go and like cry at fucking protests, like, you know? And so like He's that guy. He's like opposite of majority.
He's like standing next to the dudes in that fucking MRAP on Columbia Hall. He's crying,
dude.
Like, why are we doing this?
He's just so upset,
beating the shit out of students.
But he was saying that it is really out of control now. He was like, it really is. Like he was like, you really do now in NYPD. Like how you really in NY. He was like, you really do have to like murder someone to even stay in jail overnight. Like it's so bad. Like he was like, I cannot arrest a criminal and they will stay. He was like, they really like something's gotta change. That's what he said. He's liberal as fuck.
When you say liberal for a cop, do you mean like he only uses a taser?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
he just uses tactical slurs, like not all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, listen, this is definitely, I will be very controversial if we go down this route. I'm gonna tell you, okay? I think that police should do their jobs. I'm a firm believer in that. I feel like, especially NYPD cops. Oh my God, LAPD. Right. Holy fuck, bro! $8 million a day. Like $8 million their operational budget, or is it 3 or 8? I'm not sure, but they just fucking. We don't even have the same like Metro Police situation that you guys have out here with fucking Eric Adams, that dickhead. Oh, 3.2 billion a day, or no, not a day. Sorry, 3.2 billion or 13 billion budget overall. 3.2 of that goes to the LAPD. So. I'm very frustrated. I feel like they should be doing their jobs. But they're very fucking entitled.
What he's saying, my liberal cop friend is saying that he is doing his job. It's just that people get out. So he was like, so I arrest them, but then they don't serve any time in prison. So like, what am I supposed to do?
Bro,
like
the prisons are fucking overcrowded.
But like, what happens to like people? Okay, so say somebody knocks out an old lady, right?
Yeah.
and then they put them in jail.
What does she do? Were the vibes fucked up?
They might have been fucked up.
You know, sometimes you got to knock out an old lady.
But then they get out the next day and they do it again, and then it just keeps happening. So like,
this guy's just a serial old lady knocker.
no, but they like yeah, dude. Some of them are.
He's just running around. He's like, give me a fucking old lady. He just walks out of the precinct. He's like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Time to knock out another old lady.
That's what he does.
Nah, it's just like I get very frustrated because like I feel like police obviously are a necessity. You know, you have to have like some organ of the government that like is tasked with one, maintaining the appearance of law and order, and also two, like solve crimes, right?
Right.
And I feel like instead of that, we focus way too much on maintaining the appearance of law and order and not enough on solving actual fucking crimes. And as like our economic circumstances get more and more dire, more people go, yeah, I'm gonna maybe not knock out an old lady randomly, but like people are like, yeah, I'm fucking broke. I'm gonna go steal a fucking purse. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go break in through a window and like try to fucking grab as much as I can. And we never address like the major reasons as to why that happens, and we just assume that like it's happening because people are just bad, when that's not the real reason. The real reason is because people are broke. Like no rich person is going to risk potentially being arrested or whatever, or being scrutinized even to go and like do something like that.
Do you own a gun?
Maybe.
That's it, baby.
I live in California.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's hard to get guns in New York or LA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. New York is hard to get guns too.
Yeah. Can you have a gun in Turkey? Everybody has a gun in Turkey. Oh, you can't have a gun in Turkey.
No, Turkey has like heavy gun control.
How's the crime in Turkey, in downtown Istanbul? What happens if you knock out an old lady in downtown Istanbul? Are you getting out of jail the next day?
No, you're definitely going to jail for sure. But again, if you look at like, we have this idea in America that we don't actually like prosecute criminals at all, especially like in the last, I would say 2 to 3 years. Like there was this big post-COVID, everyone was like, whoa, we're defunding the police everywhere. And it's like, bro, you look at their budget, it's like not a single department ever got defunded. But that's what the media is saying all the time. Right. And they're saying crime is rising. And then you look at the crime rates pre-COVID, and yeah, crime rose after COVID, but they basically caught up to pre-COVID levels. And it's been stagnant since then.
Well, the only thing, because here's the thing. I don't know all the stats. All I know is me. Like, I've lived in New York my whole life, right? And I never, not once in 39 years, ever got even approached by like an insane person. Like, even though I lived in crazy New York, like it just zero happened. And then in the last 6 months, 3 separate times, I've had to physically push like a mentally deranged person out of my way that was like going to attack me or like attacking people around me. So that to me is why I'm like, I know the stats, but I'm like, it couldn't have been a coincidence. It's that
I think it's
there's nowhere to hold them.
I think the major problem is literally homelessness. Like I think that is the major issue, because like the more you succumb to homelessness, it's like I've talked to homeless people before. They say it's like having a steel boot. You're like constantly getting sucked further and further into, like, it's very hard to crawl out of that structure.
Right.
And there's no like, and it's a systemic problem, and there's no solution to it basically, because we just can't fucking create new housing, because then the housing market, then BlackRock's not going to be able to fucking deliver the same returns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the housing market is infinitely more important to maintain and to constantly have the prices go up than to actually create more housing, so that so that the housing prices go down, and therefore people aren't priced out of their homes, and therefore people are not like succumbing to homelessness. And then go down that trajectory of like first living in your car, and then inevitably losing your car because you can't make the payments, and you lose your fucking job, and then you're living in a fucking tent. And obviously, like, shelter is essential for animals. You know what I mean? For animals out in the fucking wild. Like, feral animals need shelter. Humans, of course, need shelter too. So that breaks your fucking brain. And then you're like, well, what can I do? I don't have a job. I still need to eat. One, I'm dumpster diving. Situation's awful. You start having, like, a shit ton of trauma. There's also a lot of assaults on homeless people by other homeless people, or even like people with homes that are doing fucking crimes against them and shit too. So you're like in a constant state of endless terror, and it fucks your brain up. And then you start doing drugs, and then you start getting addicted to drugs because you're just trying to like make sense of the situation and manage it at the best of your ability. And we never look at it as like it goes back to the puritanical Calvinist nature of Americans. We look at it as like a moral failure and not like not a victim of circumstance. And I think that is the major reason as to why we look at it as like these are bad people who are crazy and they need to be fucking pushed away from society, rather than like these are people, they had lives and dreams and maybe even children, family members, just like everyone else did, and they got fucked over and it just compounded on one another, and they got into the situation where they're just insane in public. You know what I mean? Because like you're literally having like a manic episode in public because you're just fucking, you have no shelter. You're using drugs and shit like that to like cope with the realities. You go to the homeless shelter, you can't get in because you're on drugs. You have to be cold turkey half the time. You can't bring your drugs to the homeless shelter. You can't bring your pets or your things that you have to the homeless shelter. Like it's so dehumanized and so depersonalized. And so you just live on the fucking street. And slowly but surely, you become this like manic person that is like bothering people in public. And the way to solve that is to limit the amount of funds that are going to the police and actually fucking fund public housing, fund initiatives like a housing first policy for homelessness. And it's a much more difficult way to solve this issue, but it's also the only permanent way to solve it. And that's precisely why like places like Helsinki, Finland, or places like Austria, Vienna, they're places where there are better anti-homelessness initiatives than the United States of America, don't see the same exact fucking insane numbers of homelessness. And therefore the crime that is born out of that and the way that we see it.
Put that in the thumbnail.
That's been
Find
boring.
a way, dude. Find a way.
Well, there are other countries where they just don't have these same issues, and yet
so Finland and Austria don't have a big homelessness problem.
They used to. Well, Austria they don't, because 65% of the housing is government owned. It's all like in Vienna, 65% of the fucking housing is government owned. So like the prices are kept stable as a consequence of that.
Yeah, that's a good,
because like we here in America see housing as an investment vehicle. We've always seen it as that.
Right.
That's how like a lot of segregation occurred. As a matter of fact, like redlining and whatnot was basically keeping black communities specifically into ghettos and ensuring that they can actually invest and get mortgages and invest into their homes and whatnot, and bring up the price of their housing in the same way that like white suburbs were able to. And almost every single American that owns a home sees their home as not just like shelter, but instead as an investment vehiil. Like that's what you get mortgages on. That's like your net worth. That's your nest egg.
I got to be honest with you. I'm happy you're bringing that up, because I owned a home and then I sold it to move to like what I thought was like a more accessible neighborhood, and I'm renting right now. And renting a home, I know that the stigma against renting, whatever, I am so much happier and freer renting, knowing that the amount of money that I have to pay each month, I know is what that rent number is. That's all I'll have to pay.
But you're also in a really good financial situation.
Right. So I was bringing that up to say this whole idea of like paying for this home is even me who's like doing well. I still can't get the homes that like you look at that are nice. So inherently I've been like, there's a problem with that. Something is wrong. Or when the baby boomer who bought the house for 90 grand is now trying to gouge me or whomever and get this thing for 30 times, 40 times its worth. It's not right. And so I do agree with you, where it's like, if that kind of was not a thing, if that was just like, this whole idea of investment purposes as a home, you're right. There would probably be. I mean, in some ways, that's what they're trying to do with the migrant crisis here. They're trying to put them in hotels and say, like, we're giving them somewhere to live so they're not on your street that you're complaining about. But then people are like, well, why are they in that hotel? Now I can't stay there. So you can't win.
Yeah, the issue with like the migrant crisis is like great example of this because it's like, well, one, they're people, right? Like they have dreams in the same way that we do. Like they want to fucking work, right?
They're just dreaming in different languages.
Yeah, sometimes even in English as well. Like a lot of the migrants also like learn English in the same way that everyone else has to, right? And like I think the migrant issue is one directly born out of like economic interest for corporations. They want to keep the steady flow of people coming into the country. Obviously, a lot of like economic migrants, economic refugees, and refugees as a whole, asylum seekers. They want to keep them trapped in this like immigration limbo, so that they are easier to exploit.
Right.
Like a lot of these companies rely on it, especially in the agriculture industry. Like that's a big part of their profit margins is that like there's a poultry facility. Purdue is a chicken factory.
Sure. Shout him out.
And
Frank Purdue used to love his commercials.
yeah, so Purdue has a system and process where they literally go and get undocumented migrants, put them in a fucking trailer park near the facility. They bring them in. They obviously exploit them. They work. There's also like children working there too, right? Like because they have no fucking real legal jurisdiction. Every time they're hiring an undocumented immigrant, the wages across the board are depressed because then documented workers are not going to work at the chicken factory for the same fucking prices, right? And these guys have nothing, so they will, and they get away with like rampant sexual abuse at these facilities. They get away with like not giving them back pay and not actually even paying them the meager wages that they're supposed to get. And when the facility workers say, hey, what the fuck's going on? Like, there's sexual assaults happening at the fucking factory line. There's also, you're not paying us the back pay that you owe us or whatever. Boom, they call INS or now they call ICE. And then they fucking pick them up. They pack them up. They ship them out to an immigration detention facility and then immediately go back to another migrant community and just fucking bring them into the trailer parks instead. And now you just ruined the lives of like thousands of people that you were relying on to get your chicken packed up in that facility. So it's baked into it. It's baked into our margins, our profit margins in many of the sectors where we heavily rely on a hyper exploited group of people. And in order to fix that problem, it's not about like enforcement. It's not about like actually ensuring that there are no migrants coming in because, there's always going to be people coming into this country. It's just like impossible to stop. The goal should be to immediately process them and immediately document them so they can actually fucking work alongside the American labor force that is documented and bring up the wages for every single person instead of using that pool that is constantly recycling and constantly refreshing as a mechanism to depress wages overall for everybody. But of course, that would mean lower profit margins overall for American corporations, so they're never going to fucking do that. And that's why it's much cheaper for them to pay the little fine that the government gives them when they're like, oh, you hired undocumented immigrants and then you called ICE on yourself. Here, we'll give you a slap on the wrist. Don't do it again. And then they immediately do it again because they're like, it's infinitely more profitable for them to not raise the wages and only hire documented laborers than to hire undocumented immigrants and fucking ruin their lives and then discard them when they make a big fuss. Right.
And Jeff Wittick won't even cut their hair for free.
That's fucked up. He's right about
dick,
that.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. It's messed up.
Like he could at least be out there outside the Purdue factories getting free haircuts.
Meanwhile, what's he doing? He's going to Mexico to buy fucking crack.
He's literally buying crack.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's supporting the economy, the local economy that way.
In a way.
Yeah.
See how we all came around? This is Marxism.
Yeah.
It all came full circle.
Jeff Wittick, the Marxist.
So Hasan said that only Donald Trump can save us.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
That's what everything Hasan explained is what Donald Trump's campaign speech is.
Yeah. Love Donald.
All right. Well, I love you, man.
All right. I love you too, man. Thank you for having me. This is
I feel
wonderful.
like we're going to be friends now.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like that?
Yeah.
I do, man.
Why are you pausing? Why are they laughing over there?
Because it's a funny segue.
But I do feel like we will be.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
I do
mean,
it instantly. There's never. I'm trying to think of a guest I haven't liked.
No, even guess that you
Buttfeld?
I like Gutfeld. See, that's the thing with me. Is like I'll go on like like Fox News with Gutfeld, but then I'll also like you or hang out with like other like I'll hang out with like Bill Maher and then like Jimmy Kimmel. And then but then also like Donald Trump Jr. has DM'd me like so like I don't know. No.
Dad's favorite guest you had was Gutfeld.
There you go. Well, because I just feel like I don't judge. I mean, just because your politics are different, I feel like I try to connect with the human being. So I'm trying to think if there's someone who I haven't. Like you could say anything, and I'd be like, well, that's your opinion. I would not like you or not want to hang out with you if like I thought you were a bad person.
Anybody you've had on, even if you thought you weren't going to like them before, you usually left saying, I enjoyed that person.
This is what I look for. This is what I look for. And this is the vibe I go for. And the vibe that I see, if I don't see it actually happen in person, I try to say, well, I think this person more probably would be more like this. And this is what it is. I don't care about your politics or religion. I don't care about any of that at all. It's, do I think you would treat the people you think you don't need well? And if I think that about you, then I like you. And I think that you would treat the people you think you don't need. I still think you would treat them well, no matter what.
I don't think Donald Trump Jr. would. I'm gonna be honest, but hey, I don't want to fuck up your relationship.
Well, I've had an occasional DM. I don't really know him. Actually, I've never physically met him in person, so I can't make a comment on him.
Okay,
but I'll see.
I think you just lost him.
What, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I'll find him. I'll find him. I'll look for someone wearing Carhartt pants and school shoes with a dog collar around their neck, calling Bradley Martin gay, and then I found him. All right, baby. Well, this was a good episode. This is one of our longer episodes.
Yeah, this is third place right now of long episodes.
Like I said, I'm a grade A yapper. I don't stop yapping.
Dice number one. Dice was the longest we ever had.
Who? Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah.
Damn,
Andrew Dice Clay talked. We did a 2.5 hour episode with Andrew Dice Clay where Chris probably spoke for 10 minutes.
That's great. I mean, that makes sense.
I love that. Grade A yapper. You should make a shirt.
Yeah.
G-A-Y. Grade A yapper.
That's true. Nice. I love that.
That's why we do the show, folks. We'll see you next time.
Like to be Tom Segura.